If you asked Moira Rose what her favorite season is, she'd say awards. So pour yourself a glass of Herbert Linger fruit wine because it is the final countdown to Hollywood's biggest night, and this is shaping up to be one of the most unpredictable Oscar ceremonies maybe ever.
What a performance! Amazing!
In a normal year, there's a consensus among the Critics' Choice,
Timothée Chalamet,
Golden Globes,
Hamnet,
BAFTAs,
Ryan Coogler, Sinners!
and Actor Awards.
Sinners!
All precursors to Oscars gold, but not so much this year. Many of this year's biggest awards are anyone's to win. So, who will it be? Sinners has already made history with 16 nominations.
Love you, brother. Be careful. I will.
And then there's Leo DiCaprio, Tiana Taylor, and Sean Penn in the high-octane one battle after another.
Don't stop. I want you to create a show. This is an announcement on revolution.
But don't count out Jessie Buckley and the Shakespearean family drama Hamnet.
What do you say?
And sorry, Shania Twain, but Brad Pitt in F1, that does impress me much.
when was the last time you won a race?
Sunday, Daytona.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant Formula One.
Oh, I'm sorry. Then same as you.
On TikTok, fans and critics have been digging in with some Oscars-related searches, spiking more than 1,000% this week alone. So we have assembled the Avengers of TikTok here to help us break it all down. Teffy, Caroline, and Monse, thank you so much for being here. Teffy, I want to start with you.
Okay.
You've got more than 2 million followers on TikTok alone. I'm glad to see you've recovered from Bad Bunny's Super Bowl halftime
Barely.
show. Yeah, enough to be here today. I want to do a quick little game with you just to get us in the Oscars
Okay.
headspace. Kiss, marry, or kill.
Okay.
This year's Best Picture nominees. Who are you going to kiss, who are you going to marry, and who are you going to kill?
I'm kissing Sinners every day.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Can't blame you.
I am marrying Hamnet. And then I am killing F1.
Honestly, I respect the decision. I won't even ask you to elaborate. It's respectable.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Caroline Vazana, editor, stylist, and author. Before we go anywhere, I have to ask about the square pants.
Today I'm wearing these incredible box jeans that are from Xenia Snader.
20 million views on TikTok. What was the idea behind them, and what does that tell us about how you define style?
I'm always looking online for inspiration and cool emerging designers. So when I saw these box jeans, they're by Xenia Snader, I was like, what are these? I was just intrigued as everyone else was, essentially. Like, how does this work? Are they hard? Can you sit in them? So her and I started chatting online, and she's like, you need these and you need to style them. Essentially, I truly believe that fashion is art, and obviously, this is not a piece you wear every day, though some people were very upset about it, wondering why I would tell them to wear box jeans. It's all just for fun, but you can sit in them, you can run in them. They are not as stiff as you think, and I think we should just all have more fun with fashion and take more bold risks.
Well, we will have a lot more fun with fashion and Oscars red carpet fashion with you in just a moment. Monse Gutierrez, thank you so much for being here as well. You are known for your love of movies on TikTok, but especially the horror genre.
I watched the movie yesterday, cried, so thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Which is having a huge moment this year during awards season. We've got witches nominated, we've got vampires nominated, we've got Frankenstein nominated.
If you are not to award me love, then I will indulge in rage.
So what does this moment mean to you and to the genre as we celebrate horror this year at the Oscars?
When we think about like a horror movie winning like an Oscar, we think of like Jaws, right?
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
To have like modern horror films, especially with the significance that like Sinners has and Frankenstein has, it truly means a lot that horror is finally being recognized as a meaningful genre that can actually talk on like real life human experiences.
I want to dig in to Sinners. Teffy, this was the most talked about Oscar nominated Best Picture on TikTok this year. What do you think it is about Sinners that is resonating so strongly with fans?
Sinners is a movie where after you watch it, you sit in your car and it stays with you.
To get back inside.
But it's also got that like Southern Gothic vibe to it. It's sexy. I remember looking at and being like, I did not expect to watch a movie tonight that was going to stick with me like that. It feels like an unavoidable truth, you know?
I'll go back to you, Linsey. What is it about Sinners you think that is clicking with folks so strongly?
I think Teffy described it perfectly with just it having like, it's true. Cinematically, it's not only a very beautiful film that portrays vampires in this horrifying, like sexy way, right? But it also has an underlying message that is very well researched. I mean, Ryan Coogler did his research with like the history of like Irish people and, you know, Black culture. It's so cool that got integrated into a horror movie and horror piece, because I think horror has like the ability to really like put us in that situation and really feel empathy for whoever is there. And I think that's why it impacts people so hard, because it places us in that world.
Vampires on film used to symbolize impurity, like a sexiness, how your lust can betray you. But instead, Sinners shows that sometimes your own communities can betray you. And I think that's like a real horror that we face all the time.
Well said. I will never forget my first time seeing that movie. I was sitting in the theater, and that scene where it's like the one long shot sweeping through all the different styles of Black music and dancing, it clicked in my head in that moment. I was like, oh, this movie is special. And here we are now, you know, 12 months later almost, talking about the movie still and it being a front runner. Caroline, I want to ask you, Ruth E. Carter is nominated for a history-making 5th nomination.
Marvel may have created the first Black superhero, but through costume design, we turned him into an African king.
She's now the most nominated Black woman ever in Oscars history in any category. She has said that her process when she's making these costumes is to surround herself with material inspiration. How do you think that informs her work?
I think that's the best way to do it personally, as someone who believes that art is fashion and the intersection of it all. I read that she surrounds herself, she hangs up images and things that inspire her, just all completely surrounding her so she can really immerse herself into it all. And I completely think that's the best way to do it, because it helps you almost like lose a sense of reality, put reality to the side for a little bit so that you can only focus on this, step into this reality of what you're working on. And for me with fashion, that's how you got to do it. I mean, I'm in my closet constantly just like surrounded by clothing. So I completely agree with that creative process. And I think more people need to do it, honestly.
I mean, Ruth E. Carter is not a bad example
not
to
a bad
follow.
Inspiration,
Exactly,
right?
Exactly. A lot of people are saying that this is like an excellent year for Oscars movies. Like there are a lot of films that a lot of people have seen, and so many of them feel so timely right now. One battle after another. We have to talk about this incredibly hilarious viral moment of Leo DiCaprio at the Golden Globes. He was caught in a commercial break, like mid-kiki, talking to somebody. I want to ask you, Teffy, in your opinion, what makes a great award show meme?
I think, I think what makes a great award show meme is when we get to kind of see behind the veil and see some personality. I did not know Leo could like gag a little with the girls. I think Teyana Taylor actually confirmed that he was talking to her. I think he's talking about the K-pop Demon Hunter girls. I was a ghost, I was alone. Who I need to win. Girls, we're the K-pop Demon Hunter girls right now.
Huntress, right here.
Oh my God. Who's who? Well, obviously, I am the emotional one. Yes. But I think that's what makes those memes come alive. And because these actors have been around each other for decades, they are comfortable with each other. So the way that they're comfortable on the carpet, if they are even comfortable, is not the way that they're comfortable at that table with people that they've known forever, who know their spouses and their children and their careers and stuff like that. So I think I feel like I'm at the table with a good meme, you know? A meme, as my mother says.
Meme. I mean, your mom's allowed to. The rest of us, maybe not. Do y'all have favorite award show memes, whether it's last year, this year, ever before?
There is one moment that I'm obsessed with. It's Julia Roberts was getting interviewed. This is in the 90s. I was alive then. The 90s were crazy.
Oh my God, there's Gwen Stefani. Please go by, please walk by, oh please.
Like that to me is so, I'm sure that Gwen Stefani would love to say hello.
I was singing her on the way to work all this morning.
Right, to
yes.
Julia Roberts,
Yes.
America's sweetheart.
I'm sorry, freaking out. Gwen Stefani's behind me. And then Gwen Stefani turns around, Julie's like, ah! And that's amazing, you know?
When it's like really exemplary of the moment in time in which it happens.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's a good movie title. Exemplary of the moment. What did you just say?
I don't know. I could never say that again.
You're like,
A novel. Yes.
Yeah,
roll
right.
the tape.
Yeah.
Just you and I defying gravity.
According to TikTok, some of the major moments of Oscars last year were Cynthia and Ariana's performance at the top of the show, and then Adam Sandler showing up to the awards in like his hoodie and basketball shorts.
I'm asking you what you're wearing. Nobody even thought about what I was wearing till you brought it up!
What are you hoping we get from this year's ceremony? What do you expect maybe that we'll be talking a lot about?
Talking about Ariana and Cynthia just for a moment, I still think about their looks from last Oscars, like so amazing. And they just were like theatrical and fun and over the top, speaking of like Ariana and Schiaparelli. So I hope to see more like maximalist, like out there moments. Like we don't need to be so serious to do red carpet. And so that's what I'm hoping for. But the more fun and artistic the fashion goes, the better the memes are.
You know, they go hand in hand.
Yes, exactly.
How can you serve a meme without a look?
Exactly.
Yes,
So
yes.
I'm excited to see.
I've always said that. It does sort of go hand in hand with campaigning as well, right? Cynthia and Ariana are a great example of how dressing for the moment also like leads into how people are talking about you and talking about the film. So Montse, you've spent a lot of time on red carpets talking to folks who are promoting their films and stuff. Are there any moments as you look back on the awards circuit this season that really stand out to you?
I feel like there was a point, right, even like before TikTok, where these directors and actors kind of seemed, you know, just sit on their job, just being very formal, right? But I feel like we've kind of touched on a point where like they're more humanized at this point. Like they get more real with the way that they speak and like what inspires them, like what they think about what's going on. I think for me, that's been really standing out, just kind of how more personal the kind of space has become.
One really great example of that, I think, is Tiana Taylor bringing her daughter with her to the Actor Awards red carpet.
Cute.
Getting to know these people not just as performers or producers or directors or whatever, but as the humans that they are.
Yeah, it kind of feels like they're opening up a little bit more and they're feeling more free in doing so.
Turning now to Marty Supreme, Caroline, Timmy Chalamet, and Kylie Jenner showed up in those matching orange outfits.
So good.
Tell me your take on the orange outfits. You said so good. I don't know that the internet would entirely agree with so good. So good to you. Why?
First of all, the whispers of their relationship for years, I think was like so, you know, bubbling. So for them to start really publicly stepping out together has been so exciting. And now to match in custom, not just like, oh, black, like neon, bright, orange looks was just a moment to be like, yeah, we're a couple. We're together. Look at us. You can't not see us. We're neon orange. I was like, yes, someone doing something. Give me some life. Put some energy back into this red carpet. And yeah, for them to step out together like that I just felt like a powerful moment for her to be like, this is my man, and we're gonna match.
Teffy, your thoughts?
I'm Latin, his and hers?
Yes. Yes.
Let's go to Disney. Yeah. I was raised on also Pinky and Stinky, Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake.
Oh, of course.
I'll never forgive him, but do I love those? Yes. I think that everyone should be matching. If you told me what you were wearing, I'd come matching.
We should have coordinated, all of us.
Seeing like two little twin sisters. No, just sisters wearing the same Easter Sunday dress.
Sign me up.
Please.
Always.
And I love when a man like out loud like loves his baby.
Yes.
That's his baby girl.
Montse, I want to ask, so not only is he dressing boldly on the carpet, last year he said,
but the truth is, I'm really in pursuit of greatness. I know people don't usually talk like that, but I want to be one of the greats.
How do you think that sort of bold strategy pays off in terms of campaigning for an Oscar?
Yeah, I think it goes along with just being more outspoken with how you really feel. I'm sure you guys have seen the discourse online. People are like, is he being too cocky? Is he being too confident? I feel like in Hollywood, you need that confidence to push yourself forward.
Golden is going to be performed at this year's Oscars ceremony. Super exciting. Teffy, how would you place that song in the cultural conversation of the last year?
Well, it's going up, up, up. A show about perfectionism and expectations among yourself and how it influences the people around you and how they see you, and that the strongest thing you can do is be imperfect. I'm the eldest daughter of a Latin Roman Catholic family. That was my first Hamnet.
Yeah.
And then I got hit again. Yes, yes.
Not the double whammy. Yeah. Uh-huh.
I call my mom, she's like, you have to stop calling me when you're crying watching K-pop Demon Hunters. I'm like, I'm addicted. I can't.
Monse, what do you think that K-pop Demon Hunters has done for that style of animation, for that genre? How do you think that that has changed the scope of what we consider excellence in film?
It's interesting because that is like a huge conversation that's being done in like film, right? In the film space. Like Guillermo del Toro says, like animation should be taken seriously. It's not just a kid's genre. K-pop Demon Hunters has really let a lot of people know that animation is a very meaningful form of art.
Oh, that's so sweet. Me and Mom used to run around and do some real bad.
We got to talk about some of the most competitive categories. The usual four precursors: Critics' Choice, BAFTAs, Actor Awards, and Golden Globes. Typically all align, and then we sort of know who the favorite is going in. We've got Tiana Taylor, Amy Madigan, and Wunmi Mosaku each picking up one of those awards. If you had to decide right now, who do you think's going to take Supporting Actress?
How could you do this to me? This is one of those things when you watch the Olympics and you want every country to win. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So hard.
I think it could be Tiana Taylor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Amy just blew me away.
I hate to say it, but his parents have been feeling unwell as of late, and I'm staying with them to help take care of Alex.
Oh, so that's serious.
Oh, no, it's not serious. Nothing terminal. It's just a touch of consumption.
A touch of consumption?
Yeah.
I have not been scared of an old lady like that since like my handwriting class in second grade.
Right.
Senora Cue.
Right. Uh-huh.
Infamous. Like that.
We're dropping names.
Had me, and I hope she sees it. Do we write with pens? Everybody take out your pen.
Right.
But it would be an amazing thing to see Tiana Taylor, who has been grinding in this industry forever, and she is so multifaceted. She has everything going for her. And have you maybe seen her abs?
Yeah, I've seen him. Game changer.
That alone, she wins. Best abs.
For sure.
Let's get the Academy to do that. Yeah.
Right.
Mari,
I can't support your mother for
you're not gonna have to. Because I'm gonna step up.
Step up.
I'm gonna step up in a way you can't even imagine.
Best Actor, Timothée Chalamet, Michael B. Jordan, Wagner Moura each have won one of the big precursors. You also have to factor in Leo DiCaprio and Ethan Hawke. Any choices that you'd like to throw down here and now?
Should we say it at the same time?
Let's try it. Let's try
Okay,
it.
ready? 1, 2, 3. Michael B. Jordan.
Okay. I thought so, Michael
Great.
B. Jordan.
He was playing two characters.
Yeah, literally, how do you do two different characters in one film? Also choreograph how you're supposed to move and interact with yourself.
I mean, Lindsay Lohan in The Parent Trap could tell you too.
The
Of course, yeah. Michael B. Jordan is exemplary. He is exemplary. In that moment, I was at the club with them. What do we do? Like, that was me. What are we gonna do? No. I love a fiddle. You don't.
Hand me an instrument, I'm down.
Yeah.
Coming up, red carpet fashion. Who's turning heads and who's serving looks this award season? What to expect on Hollywood's biggest night.
I'm thinking people are gonna go bold. Like, we're gonna have some really loud, fun Oscars moments. Even Tiana Taylor this last week at the Artists Awards wearing that Tom Brown. That's not just a dress, that's art. So I think more people are gonna lean into that to really make a splash.
All right, let's turn to fashion. You have prepared some of your favorite looks of the season.
Yeah.
Let's start with Sabrina Carpenter.
So Sabrina Carpenter at the Grammys wearing Mesa Valentino. This was one of my favorite looks. I just think that the red carpet has felt so serious the past few years, and I love that we're leaning into some more whimsy. So the tiered ruffles on the bottom of the dress, the embroidered floral bodice, and then the sheer capelet. I mean, give me a capelet any day, and I'm like very, very happy. I also loved that it was a departure from her performance looks, really, which I feel like are very va-va-voom. This was very just like chic, feminine, classic. And it was like, here I am. She's been obviously all over the world and back. Sabrina Carpenter's had such a year. So I just thought this was such a stunning and just like powerful look on her.
Amazing. Demi Moore.
Don't even get me started on the Actors Awards. This look is one of my favorite recent looks. She's wearing Schiaparelli Haute Couture, and it's this black dress, but then it's this big tulle white polka dot train bustle moment. I mean, Schiaparelli can do no wrong in my mind. To see people having fun on the red carpet, I'm a maximalist through and through, and I think we're straying away from just like simple black gowns. Like, give me something, make me feel something. And when I saw her walk out in that dress, jaw to the ground, I was like, yes, more of this, please. So that's like one of my top looks recently.
Best Supporting Actress nominee, Elle Fanning.
I know. She's like a modern day princess in my eyes, and seeing her at the Golden Globes.
This is Gucci.
In this Gucci dress with embroidered small applique flowers, light baby blue. Like, she's always princess to me, giving princess. But I just thought this was stunning, and give me a detail. Like, give me something that I want to be zooming in on. Give me something with a detail, and I can't wait to see what she wears as well.
If you were to look into your crystal ball and to predict what we will be seeing on the carpet this Oscar Sunday, what do you think we're going to be seeing a lot of?
So if you ask me, in my maximalist heart, I'm thinking people are going to go bold. Like, we're going to have some really loud, fun Oscars moments. Even Teyana Taylor this last week at the Artists Awards wearing that Tom Brown, that's art. That's not just a dress, that's art. So I think more people are gonna lean into that to really make a splash, to turn heads. Maybe prints, maybe with tulle, just different, you know, I call it architecture almost in the outfit, in the dress. We're coming off of Fashion Month, and Demna just showed his first Gucci collection, and I saw some amazing sequin gowns. Alex Consani wore this amazing gold gown that I feel like is giving Oscar to me. So I would love to see someone in that dress being like, I am an Oscar. Fingers crossed someone wears that.
I'm available.
Yeah.
Sign me up. I can
gold
wear it.
Yeah.
I'm happy to take that on.
Montse, Teffy, Caroline, thank you so much for being here. I'm Will Gans, and be sure to tune into On the Red Carpet at the Oscars as the nominees arrive at the Dolby Theater in Hollywood starting at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Sunday, March 15th on ABC and streaming on ABC News Live, followed by Hollywood's Biggest Night, the 98th Academy Awards at 7 p.m. Eastern on ABC and streaming live on Hulu.
Good, everybody.